Oh hi. Lucerne, the city in Switzerland, in the center of the Swiss plateau, the capital of the German-speaking canton of Lucerne of the same name. The city is on the bank of the Lake Lucerne, at the foot of Mount Pilatus. History. Historians assume that Lucerne has been founded at the time of the Roman Empire or even earlier. In the place where the Reuss River follows from the Fervelchetsky Lake, there was already a small settlement. The monastery St. Leodegar has been founded by it at the beginning of the 8th century, and the first annalistic mention of it belongs to 840. Around the bridge through Roysbrück, connecting the monastery to the farms located to the south, the trade village taking quite important place in the region has grown over time. In 1178 this church parish was passed from the monastery St. Leodegar with it by Goff to Lucerne, and this act of history also is considered as the act of foundation of the city. Opening of the Pass St. Gothard in 1220 was a new incitement for development of the city. During this period the first fortification strengthened by towers has been put up. 1332 became significant date in the history of Switzerland. The constant equality between city and rural settlements, which has played an important role in formation of the Union of Cantons, has been for the first time established. Possibly, only with the entry of Lucerne existence of young Swiss Confederation has been provided. This significant event was to the city an incitement in development, and Lucerne has soon turned into the city-state. In 1386 the victory won by the Swiss Confederation at Zempach has helped Lucerne to be exempted finally from oppression of Austria and promoted, thus, formation of the territorial state Lucerne. At the end of the 18th century completely ruled the city-state patriciate, consisting only of 29 childbirths specified by name. Being the first city which has entered the Swiss Confederation, Lucerne long since held in it a specific place that, along with a successful geographical location of the city, apparently, had to make it the capital of Switzerland. However, the canton of Lucerne was headed by Sonderbund, who has got beaten in 1847, and its inhabitants in 1848 have voted against adoption of the federal constitution, so, eventually, Bern became the capital of Switzerland. Thus, Lucerne has lost in the middle of the 19th century the influence and value in political sense, but subsequently, thanks to tourism development, this city became the cultural center of all Switzerland. Leo Tolstoy providing the extract from the Guide to Switzerland called by name the English publisher John Merry in the story, Lucerne, 1857, stated, Lucerne, the ancient cantonal city lying on the bank of the Lake of Four Cantons, Murray says, one of the most romantic locations of Switzerland. In it 3 main roads are crossed, and only at 10 o'clock of driving the steamship there is a mountain of Riga with which one of the greatest views in the world opens. Fairly or not, other guides tell the same, and therefore travelers of all nations, and in particular British, in Lucerne a chasm. On January 1, 2009 Lithaus commune, which has become one of districts of the city, was a part of Lucerne. Sites. Lucerne is rich with sights and it is worth getting acquainted with them on foot. The old city is a small pedestrian zone. Many buildings are decorated with the frescoes or pictures narrating about purpose of the concrete building or about historical events thanks to which the building has been built. Hallmark of Lucerne are a tower, Wasserturm and Kapelbrück Bridge. Near the railway station there is a center of culture and the congresses. Kiel.
The building, finished in 1999 by the French architect, the owner of the Pritzker Architecture Prize Jean Nouvel, represents an example of modern architecture and design.
On the fourth floor of the center there is Kunstmuseum, the Museum of Art Lucerne. The center, the area and the embankment near it often are a site for exhibitions, concerts, festivals. The Dying Lion, work of the Danish sculptor Thorvaldsen, belongs to a number of world-famous sculptures. This monument has been erected in honor of soldiers of the Swiss Guard who have died during storm of the Tuileries Palace on August 10, 1792, protecting life of the French king. Mark Twain has described this monument as the most sad and most touching stone sculpture in the world. In Lucerne, the considerable site of a medieval wall music moor. Built about 870 meters long, with 8 high towers, has remained. 3 of them are open for visit. Hours of one of towers have privilege to exponent each hour for 1 minute earlier than all other city hours. In Switzerland already there is almost no city left with medieval walls, and in it one more distinctive feature of Lucerne consists. Near Church of Jesuits the Knightly Palace is located. Originally this Renaissance building belonged to an award of Jesuits, and since 1804 became the residence of the city administration. Its courtyard with the Tuscan colonnade, the real corner of Solar Italy.
Lucerne, mainly Catholic city, unlike nearby Bern and Zurich where the Protestantism dominates.
3 of its most known churches, Franciscan, Jesuit and St. Leodegard, treat the Catholic community of the city. In Lucerne the Transport Museum, largest in Europe, is located. Lucerne is connected by railway communication with all large cities of Switzerland. The nearest international airport is in 70 km in Zurich. Till 2012 in the canton of Lucerne there were 5 administrative districts. The city of Lucerne together with 17 other communes was a part of the district of Lucerne. On January 1, 2013 administrative districts have been abolished, instead of them constituencies are created. The city of Lucerne has formed the certain constituency of Lucernstadt, while other communes of the administrative district have been united in the constituency of Lucerne-Land. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.